You know when you're scrolling through Roblox's front page trying to find a good game, but all you see is a lot of the same, just a bunch of games that don't seem that interesting? Well, if you're watching this, then today is your lucky day because I'm gonna give you 5 really good underrated games. I swear they're good. These games also have different genres, so there will be at least one that you will certainly like. If this video helps you find a new good game, consider subscribing. And now we can begin. We're starting out with the game I discovered recently called Something Evil Will Happen. It has over 1,000 players with 5.9 million visits, and it has been out since October of last year. It really surprises me that this game only has around 1,000 players because it's really fun. I'd even say it has potential to become the new natural disasters. Okay, so in this game you have 3 types of rounds. Normal rounds where only one disaster happens, like a tornado or acid rain. Then you have combo rounds where they, like the name implies, make a combo of disasters. And I gotta say, the combo rounds in this game are way easier to survive than the ones in natural disasters. And finally, you got the special rounds. These are rare rounds, and so far there's only a few of them. Now, if you think the disasters are the only thing you have to worry about, you're very wrong. In this game, you can have gears, and you can either use these gears to help your teammates or just make their lives hell. It's really up to you. There's also emotes you can buy, and they're fun too. The only downside of this game, in my opinion, is the lack of maps. I think there's 10, maybe more or less. I mean, it's not really that bad because the disasters make it entertaining regardless, and I'm sure the developers will add more maps. I made a video on this game a few weeks ago and I really gotta talk about it. No Big Deal has 1.5 thousand players, 4.9 million visits, and came out December of last year. In this game, there's 3 gangs, 5 players for each gang, and you can choose what gang you want to join. You can choose between Alamont, Halfwell, and Bergman. You will have 5 days, Monday through Friday, to make money, and by the end of the week, the gang with most money wins the game. By the way, this game is 10 times more fun if you have VC. You can trust me on that.
Well, and you listen. Bro, listen. So
bro,
the
we gave the money to the one who had.
Now we're going to get into how you make the money in this game. After you choose your gang and the game starts, you will have 2 minutes to make negotiations with the other gangs. During this time, you can also buy weapons and plan out exactly what you're gonna do. In each day, you will be given a mission that is shown on the board in the room you spawn in, and there's 5 different missions you can get. First one is transaction, and you can split this one into 2 missions. You're either buying or selling. If you're the one buying, you'll be given money, and with this money you're meant to buy the project held by the company mentioned on the board. If you're selling, you do the same, but instead of giving money, you're giving the project. The second type of mission is dead drop. In this round, no one has the project, so negotiating usually doesn't do anything here. However, every team gets the project location, which is shown on the board. The third type of mission is double disc. In this round, 2 teams get the project and 1 gets the money. So you're meant to either sell your project to the team with the money, or if you have the money, you have to choose which team you want to buy from. The fourth and last type of mission is acquisition. Acquisition is very similar to dead drop, but in here only 1 team is aware of the project, and it's up to you whether you make a deal with them or just look for the project yourself. I would personally recommend you to do the second one. At first, it may seem a very straightforward game, but it really isn't. The types of missions are explained that way just so you have an understanding of it, but in reality, you can do whatever you want. In most cases, the gang you're dealing with is planning to betray you, shoot you, and just take the project without spending any money. Other times, they just lie about having the project with them. That's why you gotta really plan out what you're gonna do in each day. Abyss World is probably my favorite parkour game on Roblox, and unlike other parkour or obby games where you gotta go up to reach your goal, in Abyss World your goal is at the very bottom of the game. And no, you can't just jump down because you will die, and on top of that, to make things better and more difficult, there is fall damage. Otherwise, you just need to be jumping randomly and you'd beat the game like that. You can choose between casual or adventure. In casual, you have infinite lives, therefore you lose no progress, and that's good for those who just want to do some parkour. But if you like a real challenge, then you can go with adventure, which gives you limited lives, and if you lose all your lives, you lose your progress and get sent back to the start of the game. The way the game works is very simple. You just hold your spacebar, and the longer you hold, the higher and further away you go. So if you want to do a little jump, you just tap your spacebar, and for longer jumps, just hold it. The more you play, the easier it gets for you to know how much you gotta hold for certain jumps. I don't know how deep the game goes, but I made it to 800, but I saw this guy at 1500 and another guy at 2000, so there's a lot of parkour for you to do here. I gotta warn you though, if you play in adventure mode, you're most likely gonna rage quit. Westbound is another game I played on the channel and a lot of you seem to like it. It has 4,000 players, 349 million visits, and it came out in May of 2021. Westbound is a cowboy game. If you ever play the Wild West, then you're certainly gonna be familiar with this. Unlike the Wild West though, there's no sheriff in this game, there's only cowboys and outlaws. You start off as a cowboy and you can do various things. You can hunt animals, you can go mining, you can treasure hunt, you can chill in the towns, or you can try to capture the outlaws. And if you want to become an outlaw, all you gotta do is rob something. You can rob players, cash registers, banks, and even the train. I don't remember exactly, but I think you start the game with the gun and the horse, which by the way is better than the starter horse in Wild West. There's also a haunted house for some reason that you can go in to collect some loot. It only opens at night, I think. The only thing I don't like about this game right now is the fact that a lot of players just camp outlaw spawns just to arrest them, so it's difficult to play the game if you're an outlaw. Or maybe it's just me. But if you like Wild West and want to try something new but at the same time familiar, then Westbound is perfect for you. Average Played Game, or game, whatever you want to call it, is another super fun game to play. It has 175 players and 10 million visits. You're probably gonna be familiar with this one as well because it's similar to games like Horrific Housing and Plates of Fate, which are very popular games. Basically, there's 16 players, or 44 if you're playing in bigger servers, and each player is assigned a plate, just like the other plate games I mentioned. And the rounds here don't have a timer, they only end after all players have died or if only one is remaining. There's gonna be a lot of things trying to kill you, like zombies, lightning, explosions, the list goes on and on. Some of these things only affect your plate while others affect the entire map. And other times, you'll get what you're seeing on the screen, which is 4 big plates connecting to each other. What I like about this compared to the other 2 games I mentioned is that the disasters in this one are more fun. I think this game deserves way more players than what it currently has. All these games are really good, and I think the reason they're underrated is because they get overshadowed by the popular cash grab games. And when people try to find games on Roblox, all they see are those, and so they just say Roblox doesn't have good games. So I hope this video helped you guys find some good games. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.